Welcome everybody to the Gamma for Growth Masterclass, where we're going to show you how you can leverage Gamma to bring your ideas to life faster. I'm your host, Rob Cressy, alongside my partner, Colin Scotland. Colin, how you doing today?
Awesome. Thanks, Rob. Excited for today's masterclass.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun. And we are both the leaders of We Are Unlimited, the #1 AI community for entrepreneurs. We have weekly calls every Monday and every Thursday, diving into the world of AI like a playground. We encourage you to join us. Go to weareunlimited.ai. So, Colin, let's start with this. Why in the world are we doing a masterclass on Gamma?
Great question. The world, as we know, is changing at a pace of knots, faster than we can keep up. And something massive happened recently where the ability to translate our thoughts and ideas into visuals made a big shift. And alongside that, we've got the ability to create now both images and text and content that represents us and our message in a way that we just didn't have before. So as thought leaders, as influencers, as service providers, people buy from us when they know, like, and trust us. And that know, like, and trust and that positioning is created from content, intellectual property, IP that we have and create that essentially positions us as that thought leader. It's basic marketing elements. And now with what we're going to talk about today and the recent image change that happened with inside of ChatGPT, everything changes. Our ability to implement and to create at the speed of thought is truly a thing now. So Rob and I are running at 100 miles an hour with Gamma. Hope you can keep up. And if you do have any questions, feel free to either drop a question into the chat or use the raise hand feature as we go through today's presentation.
Yeah, and Colin, the reason why I'm so excited about this is because this was not on my radar. I'm not overly romantic about the AI tools that I use, but when there is a specific use case for something that I want, then I'm going to go and find it. And I do not actively live in the world of presentations and PDFs and all of that stuff, except all of a sudden I did. And I was like, hey, Colin, what should I do for this? And you go, Rob, go and sign up for Gamma. It'll be worth your $10. Just sign it. There's a free version, but sign up for the paid version and just ship the work on that presentation. And I used it, and I felt like I had just used an AI agent for the first time, in which I watched this presentation just go do and create this thing in about 27 seconds. And we'll show you how to do this. And immediately I saw this isn't just about presentations. This is about how we can bring our ideas to life faster with higher quality and present them in a way that nobody else is doing. And then once that happened, it was like, boom, shakalaka, let's deep dive, let's extract this, let's use ChatGPT. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive into a few different things. One, the mindset of why Gamma. Number two, the high level, how we're using it. And then number three, we're going to look into the nuances of once you start using Gamma, what are those things that you need to know or notice? And Colin, in using Gamma, the thing that really got elevated for me was the insight that we are entering the visual era of marketing and content. So the big domino for this was the upgrade ChatGPT had to their image creation capabilities, to where it went, I can't spell dog and have a picture of a dog, to you can now take a screenshot of anything and it can create an infographic for you. So this has completely changed the landscape of how creation is going to happen, because previously you need a graphic designer or a virtual assistant and a couple $100 and a couple hours in order to ship something. Now you're only one prompt away in 1 minute from creating a world-class graphic. So this is the new standard. And then here's Gamma that says, well, if you would like to take that to the next level, you've got a thought or idea, put this into here, and we will put this into presentation format so that you can now see this in real time. So, Colin, to sort of set the stage here, I'm going to share my screen and show what one of these gammas actually looks like for people.
Do it. Let's do it.
And I'll share something that I created yesterday in real time. So what you're going to see right here is, and I'll present this, and this is the back end dashboard for Gamma, the CEO ChatGPT best practices. So let me reload this because I'm not sure why that's not going faster. All right. Oh, I got to go to the live site. 1 second. If this thing would let me, Colin, what am I not doing correct here where it's not letting me see my live site?
Is it not, is the preview link working there, Rob, when you click preview?
Here we go. There we go. That's what I was looking to do. So what I did is using ChatGPT, I am going to be working with a high-level CEO on integrating ChatGPT and an AI-first architecture into their business. So I wanted to create a framework for him that can help him use ChatGPT like a high-level CEO. So I just pre-created this in ChatGPT and then moved this over to Gamma. And what you're going to see here is one, the visual element of this, right? All of this was originally text. And this looks way better on mobile than you're seeing here, but this is just the example, right? So you can see how we can consolidate these ideas very quickly and simply here. You also have the ability to add or change or edit any of the prompts that you want for the image creation here. And you can just go step by step and see this as, like, I believe this presentation had 11 cards, a card just being one slide. And you'll look, these are very simple. There's nothing like revolutionary about what this is creating for here, except this took about 37 seconds, right? So from a depth side of things, from a polished side of things, from my ability to transfer knowledge to somebody else in a way where they grasp it and they execute on it, this is the home run. So with this, boom, and then at the end, you'll see I've got a CTA here. So this is a simple example of something that I shipped yesterday for a client to help him be better at what he's doing. Colin, I'm curious your thoughts or your yes and to this.
So the caveat in this is always focus on the job to be done, the thing that you're looking to achieve, and looking and finding ways that you can fit this into that workflow, as opposed to, oh, this is a shiny, fun thing to do, so let me go play with it. So always having a definite use case is the first thing. And then secondly, if you look at how you create and publish content, that thought leadership IP, and push that out into the world, how can this now help you to do that faster and more efficiently and be more prolific in that process in a fraction of the time? That's the kind of time saving. And at the same time, it needs to still fit that job to be done, reason, purpose, intention for which you're creating and sharing content in the first place. And if you work with those two things, Gamma can be such a powerful tool to help you create so fast, like Rob's just shared there.
Okay, so let's see this in real time. So I'm going to show what this would look like if you wanted to create something yourself. And here's the biggest tip that I can give here is my entire workflow in Gamma starts in ChatGPT. So when I first started using Gamma, I used it once, then I was like, wow, this is super good. Let me now design into ChatGPT how I can best do this. So I'm going to show something that I had previously created here. And you'll see here, Gamma version with a title card frame set and a CTA card, finalized version that I'm going to copy and paste. So all I'm going to do right here is I'm going to copy and paste this. Right.
Rob,
So just like this. So now I'm going to go into Gamma, create new, paste in text, just like this. And you'll see sometimes the formatting will come over. So you'll notice these 3 dashes. The 3 dashes creates a brand new card for it. If you don't see the dashes in there, all you got to do is add them in. But look, I didn't have to do anything to make this a document. Nice and simple. So far, all we've done is copy and pasted. On the side here, you're going to see some things. Always click preserve if you've pre-designed this in ChatGPT, right? So it's like, all right, here's our cards. It has broken this thing out. So far, we haven't done anything crazy, right? I'm just going to click continue. And then you get the option here to choose what color theme you want. And you can customize this. I created mine black and gold. And then watch this. This is what blew my mind right out of the gate. Because remember, we haven't done anything hard. All we've done is copy and pasted this. And take a look at this. This now is the presentation being created in real time with what I had in ChatGPT. Right? So if we were going to create this for ourselves, this would take hours. It's mundane work. It's things I don't want to do. Remember, my framing started from, I am not a presentations person. I do not create presentations. But once I saw that it could create this, like, look, we're done. This thing is already created here. Create the unimaginable or create the unimaginable. Boom, right? Look how good this looks without me having to touch a thing. Of course, we can now add our polish onto all of this. And within all of this, you can change things up. So you see this slide here and you're like, I don't like the image on the side. I'm going to move it to the top. Or actually, I'll move this over here to the right. Or maybe I won't have it here at all, right? Fully customizable here. We can also change what the image is. So in the background here, you say, hey, here's the prompt that it's using. So all of this is fully customizable for you. So instead of a minimalist workspace, we'll change that to a creative workspace. Generate, right? So now in real time, you can go and plug and play various pieces of said presentation and make it yours. All right, cool. You're like, I don't like that one. Oh, that one's fine. There's a person in there. I like this one better. Boom, done. There is my brand new image. Nice and simple. And then you might look at a layout like this and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool, but I want to see what other options there are for me. All of this is fully customizable and you don't need to have any knowledge on how to do this. So you can say, all right, well, what if this looks like a pyramid? What if this looks like that? You know what? I actually like the circles. No, the circles didn't work. All right, cool. That looks much better for me, right? You need no. Actually, we're just going to do the text boxes nice and simple. See how easy this is? And then once you're done, you can click share. And number one, you want to download this as a PDF? Boom, done. You want to share the link with your clients or your friends or your partners or your unlimited community? You do so here. But then here's a piece of gold. This uploads to LinkedIn automatically as a carousel post. You just put here, wow, this is awesome. Check it out. Right? Boom. 12 seconds later, you've just published a piece of content onto LinkedIn. So what I am doing now with my vision is when I'm creating with ChatGPT. So if we look here, what I was originally creating was all around creating the unimaginable. So when we're actively co-creating with ChatGPT, you're going to have insights, nuances, frameworks, nuggets of gold. And you're like, what in the world do I do with this? How can I ship this faster? In my mind, I'm like, Gamma gives me the ability to go, Rob has an idea that can help people. Let me put it into Gamma so it looks really nice. I've done it where I've built an entire website around this, which we'll show you in a second. And then I designed this so that it is Gamma ready in ChatGPT. So that's why when I'm doing this various stuff, I'm not making it hard on myself by knowing what the end result is going to be. Kenny, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I was just curious about the ChatGPT prompts that you use. Have you now refined some ChatGPT prompts that when you get to the point where you're like, okay, we've got our content, then this is the specific prompt to get it exactly the way you want it or as close as possible?
Okay, so we will jump backwards to sort of help you understand how we got to there, because I'm going to answer your question, Al. So for each of you who are brand new to Gamma, here's what I want you to do is to create a brand new thread, and you're going to call it Gamma. So you can see here, I'll go all the way to the top. I mean, we're talking a long time. So much of it, right? So this is the very first thing that I did is I just created a thread that said, hey, I just used Gamma for the first time and it changed the way that I see content, how I leverage Gamma for specific strategies. It feels like it's an opportunity, and boom, it builds this thing out. And I'm like, great, now I want to turn this into assets. Let's create the structure, right? So I literally say this. I want to now take this and put it into an asset that I create in Gamma. How meta of us. So it says these are the structures for how Gamma would want this. So when you create your first one, you'll see, and it might be a little clunky because you're using it for the first time, but you might notice, man, when I copy and pasted from ChatGPT, there's some bullet points there. Or why did things not transfer over? You can say, hey, ChatGPT, in my Gamma thread, I want you to help me create the world-class structure that I repeat every single time that I create a Gamma. So you might say, for me, the thing that's always in there is I'll say, create me a Gamma based on whatever it is, and it'll go, and then I say, let's create a title slide that sets the theme of where we're going, and then a CTA slide at the end that says, if you like this, we're going to wrap a bow on it and work with Rob, right? So it's only 2 prompts. And because ChatGPT has memory, it now knows this is what Al Kenny's Gamma process looks like. So what you will do is you will just design your own version in there. And you can see it did this for me literally in 1 prompt. I had no knowledge of this. And I said, hey, this structure is great. I now want you to write it. I'll then be using that version in Gamma. So it needs to be end viewer ready. Make sure to include my heart and essence and empowerment in it. And the more you use this, the better you're going to get at creating the Gammas. So for me, the idea to execution is almost seamless because I know working on something, holy smokes, that's really good. In 12 minutes, I can turn this around to a finalized Gamma that I throw onto LinkedIn. I give to everybody in unlimited, and then I create it as a Facebook post with the Gamma link at the bottom. Does that make sense?
Yep.
It's also an extension of the thinking into the AI, you know, having the AI be our co-intelligence and thinking partner. And the prompt, Al, can be something as simple as make this Gamma ready. So we could be in I've been in other conversations where I've been talking about something else and I've thought, actually, light bulb's gone off in my head. And I've thought this would make a great piece of content to share with the AI community or with my clients. And so I've then taken that portion and I've said, make this Gamma ready. And that in itself will take that bit of content. The AI will output it in a format that you can then copy and paste directly into Gamma. And although Rob and I use ChatGPT as our AI workhorses, you can do this in any of the LLMs out there. The principles are the same, whether you're using Claude or Grok or whatever tickles your fancy, as we say.
So Jordan had a good question. Is there a reason instead of a GPT to use a thread? My answer was when I'm creating Gammas, I am very rarely starting with, I'm going to create a Gamma. I usually create them when the inspiration flows in me and I'm like, wow, whatever we just created is good. Let me ship that. Of course, you know that I am using Gamma as a way of capturing an insight at depth. And this will sort of help with this. Once I experienced using Gamma, immediately I wanted to place it in my creator toolbox for how I'm using it. So the thing was frameworks. I built out robcressy.ai and I wanted it to be all AI content. And Gamma fits perfectly in there. So I'm like, hey, can I ship framework level things using Gamma that now become assets for me that can live on there? So it's my frameworks library. Colin, any additional thoughts for you?
Yeah, I'd love to just share some ideas and use cases, Rob, as well, just to open people's aperture about what this is for, because my initial thinking here was presentations. Oh, I need to do a presentation. What AI tools are available for that? And so that was what led me to first discover this tool. But the use cases are wide and varied. It's not just about presentations necessarily. So should I share a list here, Rob, on the screen?
Yeah, go for it, Colin.
So I've just put a list together, and I'm going to, this is a Gamma, right? As you would imagine. I'm going to share this Gamma with you at the end of the presentation. I'll drop a link into the Zoom chat at the end. But essentially, the use cases are much more varied. It's for anything that we want to create assets or resources. So if you're creating a digital course or a program, then the likelihood is, if you're focusing on creating a great learning experience, you would want to create worksheets, workbooks, materials, resources that the students can follow along as they're going through the program or the course. All of these things now are instantly creatable inside of Gamma, whereas before we would create the content and then we would either ship it to a graphic designer, or we would spend hours in Canva moving things that I've done that. I don't know about you guys, but like messing around in Canva and or shipping it out and waiting 3 days for it to come back from a graphic designer. This speed of execution now is just so much faster. So, and here's another little caveat as well, right? This is not about reducing team members necessarily. So the way that I would use this is I now train my assistant in how to prompt and how to create and manipulate Gammas. So her time now is spent, she's not now looking for more work, right? Her time is now spent as a more skilled operator of this new technology. So it's enhancing and upskilling the humans around us that are executing on this stuff. But the anywhere and everywhere that you deliver experience, Gamma can play a part in that as an extension of your co-intelligence with AI. So this is a natural extension of that. We need a visual to represent this. We need a resource to help support this area of our coaching or this part of our online course. That's where this just fits into that process beautifully. It doesn't replace Canva or any of those other tools necessarily. This is a yes and. This is another level of productivity and efficiency and another thing that we can use along that way.
Love that, Colin. So while you're there, one of the things that you and I did once we experienced Canva was we saw that you can create a website using Canva. And I have a WordPress website for robcressy.com. It's created by a world-class designer who's just unbelievable at it. But guess what I realized? As my brand has evolved and I'm more AI-centric, I wanted to update the website to be more AI-centric. And WordPress isn't necessarily as responsive and no code as things are now. I can't just go and change it and put a new video and a button and all this stuff there that I have to go to my design team and pay for that. And it's fine because it's great. But then I said, well, what in the world can Gamma do? And all of a sudden it was like, boom, the exact same thing that I showed you in ChatGPT for creating a presentation. It can do the same for a website. So Colin, given that the prompt that I was creating with was create the unimaginable, let's try this. We are going to create, let's see what it'll allow us to create. Site. All right, we're going to create a brand new website, right? So how many cards would we like on this thing? We'll make this nice and simple, only 5. And what would we like this to be for? A world-class AI and personal growth coach. Website showcasing his services. Cool. Nice and simple. Generate the outline. So this thing is now going to do this for us. And of course, what we realize is all of this can be better. All of this can be dialed in, but I just want to show you the version 1.0. So what stands out to me right now about this is this created a title and 3 or 4 bullet points. Well, if I know that is the case, I would actually go into ChatGPT first and say, I want to create a 5-card website for my personal brand service offerings. What are those 5 sections? Give me 3 or 4 bullet points under each one. So now I'm in charge of the creation, not Gamma's AI, but we're just going to show this version here. So boom, just like this. What theme do we want to use? We'll just use this one right here. Do you want this to be brief, medium, or detailed? We'll go with medium. Image style, high class, and creative, right? Who knows what in the world this is going to create for us, but we'll see here. Boom, nice and simple. We haven't done anything hard yet. And now we're going to click generate.
You can also change the image generator that you use as well at the bottom of there. So where that's using ideogram, there's a drop down and you can choose between a few different AI image generations. Google's Imagen is actually really good. I get amazing results with that, just as an FYI. But you can experiment with the different ones. You can also do it after you've created your Gamma as well, as Rob showed earlier, where you go into an image and edit the prompt. In that space, you can also choose which model you use to create the image.
Take a look at this. We just built a website in 1 minute. I didn't look at a single thing. All I did was give it a prompt. Of course, this is the 80-20 rule. There's the 80%. Now we go and put our own heart and soul onto this thing, right? And once again, card styling, you just change that to look like that. Okay, cool. And you go all the way through here. Book your free discovery call. All right, cool. Where does this go? And you can now upload these. Like, this is world class right here. This doesn't mean it's perfect, but how many, Colin, I'm going to go to you. How's that personal brand website upgrade going for you that you've been talking to me about for how many weeks now?
Yeah, exactly. I've been working on a website redesign for about 4 months now, and it's still in progress. It's still a long labor of love. So Mad asks about the publishing of the site and where. Inside of Gamma, you can, shall I show this? Would that be better? Let me show you.
Yes, and caveat, this is only on the upgraded pro version, which is $20 a month to get your own custom domain on there.
Yeah, so inside of Gamma, you see our We Are Unlimited website is the link that I put in the chat at the beginning of today's call. This is built inside of Gamma. So you can see it's published up here. Gamma has a thing where you publish it to a custom domain. So you import the domain and then Gamma handles the hosting for you. So you literally just change the DNS settings in the domain, and then that SSL hosting, all of that is blisteringly fast with Gamma itself. You can have multiple pages. We haven't done this on the unlimited site because it's just, there's only 2 pages on it at the moment, but you can, this is our next big move sales page. So if you go to weareunlimited.ai/next big move, you'll see this page. And then this then, I mean, it just looks stunning because we've just created our brand guide as a template in Gamma. And then everything that we create, we just apply that brand guide. So the masterclass guide that I'm going to share with you guys shortly, again, this is just instantly on brand because it's inside of the, it's using that brand kit. So the websites don't export to WordPress. You publish them inside of Gamma. So also because they don't have, in WordPress, you would use a CMS for a blog. They don't do that yet. There's not a CMS function inside of this. So I've been using these as landing pages for products, for sales pages, for funnels, as opposed to full-blown websites. But I know, Rob, should we have a look at robcressy.ai? Because I know you've been doing something different with that.
Yeah. So you guys can, and I'll drop it in the chat if you want to. I'd recommend looking at it on your phone because you're going to see the real dynamic element of it. But I'll share my screen here because I ended up creating the AI version of my website. And so this is on top of robcressy.com, which I've had for the last 5 years. I created robcressy.ai as its own separate entity here, right? The AI coach or high performing leaders. And I've built this out. And here's the simple suggestion: create version 1.0. I wanted to ship this in a few days, maybe even a few hours.
Instead of 4 months, Rob, like me.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of 4 months, I created 2 websites in a week, right? So I'm like, hey, what are those pages? And then I thought about this very simply, because we're about to enter the content flood market, and we're already there, where the amount of content that is thrown at us will be more than ever in the history of the world. So I actually want to keep things very simple and easy to work with me. In WordPress, while great, has lots of plugins, bloating, pop-ups, all this stuff, right? I just want people to be able to work with me so I can help them. So I created this website in a simple 5-page structure: homepage, frameworks, community, learn, and contact. And I just started by designing those first 5 pages. Page 1, my homepage. And then the second one I worked on was the contact. And then I built all 5 of them. And once they were there, so for example, here's the frameworks one. So strategically, this is what I'm doing with my gammas. I am creating just a specific area for my frameworks, AKA the gammas that I create. And I just drop them in here like you would a blog, right? Because this doesn't have a CMS for those of us who are used to publishing things in WordPress. So it just lives here. When I publish a new one, I just add it right there. And I'm not overly concerned about it, because I'm really winning on the one-to-one. Here's the framework to my newsletter, to my community, to Facebook, to LinkedIn, right? So it's going there, but all of this ends up living under robcressy.ai / whatever it's going to be. And you can actually change all of that right here, right? Rename the page or edit the path URL. So this one's building business capacity in the AI era. There's our description. There's our title. So this is not yet SEO optimized in terms of what Gamma can do. They've got all the structure there. So it's an inevitability that all of this will eventually turn into, like, what I see for them is they're going to become the next Canva meets Squarespace, right? The ability for you to capture an idea being framework, social media content, or website, and flip that around and optimize it. But here's what it looks like. Nice and simple. Change all of that, and you can see now it just lives here. So it's published to robcressy.ai. There it is. So now you can see my URL. It's coming from me. And this is what I wanted, is I wanted all my frameworks to be branded nice and simple. They all have a CTA here. So at any point, someone can read one of my frameworks, and I want to win on depth. If you vibe with what this one thing is about, at the end, it's like you can work with Rob. And oh, by the way, this is what Rob's page looks like, right? Simple, easy. Oh, connect with Rob. Boom. Who's this call for? What you walk away with? Book your 20-minute exploration call here. So I'm doing everything you would in a regular website in Gamma in a day. And for those of you who are curious about this idea, my suggestion is you batch this, meaning give yourself as much time as you can to go from 0 to done. Don't let this be a month-long thing, because I understand it. We're going to make things more complex by design. I was like, screw it. I'm riding the lightning of this energy. This is something I've never seen before. And then boom. And for Matt and everybody else, in terms of like these nuanced questions, that's what ChatGPT is for, right? Go in there. Can it do this? Can it do this? Can it do this? I've used this for 1 month. Colin's used it for a little bit longer. We're just showing how we are actively using this every single day. And I will share one other use case, which we have not yet done yet. And I'm not actually actively doing it yet. So we're going to use the same thing that I created in ChatGPT, right? So we're going to copy this all around, creating the unimaginable. And we're going to go back here and we're going to create something new. And same thing, we're going to paste this in. And this time we're going to click the social button, because what this is now going to do is create social content for us. right? We're going to preserve all the text. So it's exactly what ours is. Nothing additional here. Side note, you can put instructions in here. The 3 be creative, positive, warm, no robots, no AI, right? There you go. Nice little thing. Back to this, using my theme. And now what this is going to create for us is carousel posts. So now we've got a second or a third format, exact same content, right? So now I want to open your aperture to, wait a second. You're telling me we can do this as a framework that can go onto LinkedIn, or carousels that could go on LinkedIn or on Instagram, all the same difference. And you can design this into ChatGPT if you said, all right, I want to create a 8-slide carousel for LinkedIn that starts with a title page saying, hey, here's 7 tips for blah, blah, blah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, did you enjoy this? Join us at weareunlimited.ai. Boom, done. Right? So now you can see here, it creates this. And this is so intuitive, and you don't need to know how to use any of this. Just take a screenshot into ChatGPT, like legitimately look. Let me see if I can show where I did this. I took screenshots of what I was seeing in Gamma and just put it into ChatGPT. Hey, I realized there's this smart menu section. What's this? How do I use it? Boom. Same type thing. So now in here, you can say, do I want to try a new layout? Sure. What layout works better for me? You have to have no skills whatsoever, and you don't even know how to do things because you just push buttons, right? So it's visualizing some stuff. We're not even going to wait for it. Instead, there we go. It created some stuff. Oh, you click the show more button. All right. Oh, I like this one better. Done. And you just go through here step by step, same exact process for how we do this. There you go. Share it. There's the link. And then you would export these as PNGs, download that to your phone or your computer, and boom, post that on Instagram. So that's a third way that you can use this. And once again, this is about bringing ideas to life, not about presentations. Where we are going to win is depth, quality, polish, and speed. We're going to do this faster than everybody else. It's going to look super good. It's going to be super clean. And our process is so dialed in. This is going to take you no time to where you're naturally just going to start building Gamma frameworks for what you do. Anything you want to add to that, Colin?
Oh, I could go on all night, Rob. Genuinely. Can I answer Al's question?
Yeah.
Al asks about, to what extent have you created a custom theme? So I want to show you that. But just before I do, I want to share this, because when you hit the create button with Gamma, one of the biggest use cases I've been using so far has been landing pages. So if you're testing an offer, for example, then you can create a sales page using our compelling offer GPT inside of the vault in We Are Unlimited, or you can create your own in AI, drop that output. So basically world-class copy into Gamma, and it will create a landing page. If you've already, this is the magic bit, if you've already got landing pages and funnels that are set up, you can import them directly into Gamma so that you can create the Gamma version of a current page. So here you can paste in text. If you were doing a chat conversation, you would paste in the text into here to start the Gamma, which is what Rob did today. You can generate from a prompt, which again was the other use case that Rob shared. And then the other way, this is the one I've been using a lot, is to actually import. So you can import, you can upload a PowerPoint or a document or PDFs. You can import from Google Drive, but this one, import from URL. So I've been putting so the Next Big Move website, I imported that directly from an existing landing page, and then just hit that import button, and it ports the pages over for you. It's like in a flash. It's outstanding. So that's that one. And then in terms of the theme, all's we've done in ours here, let me show you. So if I go to theme up
Here you
here.
go, Colin.
Yeah. And then we've got a tab for custom. So I've just created a theme for unlimited. Let me edit this. So in here, you've got a series of options down the left-hand side: colors, fonts, logo, design, and preference for images. So Mad asked if the images are generated, in which case they're not stock images. Yes, they are generated. No, they're not stock. So they are unique images in that sense. You can give it specific styles for those images that match your brand. I haven't done that with Unlimited yet. But you can also specify the design elements that you like or don't like. You can upload your logo. So you can see we have the little Unlimited logo in the bottom of our content here. You can specify the fonts. So these are our brand fonts. And then you can specify the colors. That's about the extent of it, of the customization. So you basically create a brand, like we would create a brand kit in Canva. You create that inside of Gamma. And once you've got your brand kit, everything that you create, you just click apply brand kit, and it'll instantly switch from whatever it is right now to your theme. So I could switch this instantly just by clicking this button, and the whole website changes into this other theme. And then I just go to the custom theme, click unlimited, and then instantly it applies all of those branding elements. It's really that quick. I'll stop there.
Joshua, is it easy to edit text? The answer is it's easy to do everything legitimately. Like I'll share this based on what we have here. So it's like, add this text. Wow. Deleting this here. You can also, and they made this so intuitive, you just click the slash button and you're like, what do you want to put in here? A video. All right, let's put in a YouTube video. All right. Gonna go to YouTube. I'll just take whatever the first video is here. So that's upcoming. We got a San Antonio Spurs tribute for any of you basketball fans out there. And you just go, boom, there you go. So where this takes your mind is, imagine you delivering a transformational experience for your clients, right? This leads into something, hey, watch this video. Next. So do you want to add videos? Do you want to add images? You can embed stuff. Like, look at all this stuff on the side here. You can do Google Forms, Calendly, Jot Forms, charts, all this stuff. I don't even use 99% of this, right? PDF files, Instagram, Twitter, obviously videos from Vimeo, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, Wistia, Loom, right? So the only limit is your own creativity. We just wanted to show you that this is what we're doing, and this is why we are excited about this, because of bringing ideas to life faster. And a lot of people used Gamma before. I only used it a month ago, and apparently it's gotten significantly better from where it has been. And this is the worst it'll ever be. And it is unbelievable right now. So our recommendation for you is go and sign up for it. For me, within legitimately 48 hours, I went from the free version to the $10 version to the pro version. And then I built 2 websites and built an entire content strategy for myself all around how I'm leveraging Gamma, because it just serves every aspect of my business, the newsletter, the content, the clients, all of that there. So in terms of Mad, once again, I'm going to give you the tip. We don't know all of these answers. Can it do this? Can it do this? Can it do this? The answer is go into ChatGPT and figure it out yourself, because you're thinking correct, right? This becomes use case. Oh man, can I ship? Can I ship? Can I ship? Because I'm guessing there's an embed code option. If there's an embed code option, I know Stripe or Thrivecart likely has an embed code option. So boom, there we go. So Colin, let's wrap a bow on this. And one of the reasons why we do these calls every other week, these free masterclasses, is because number one, we legitimately want to help you and show you what's possible in the world of AI. But number two, to invite you to join us inside the Unlimited Inner Circle at weareunlimited.ai, because this is how we're living and operating twice a week, every single week. And we want more high level AI leaders in the community, as we all win when that's the capacity, because this is legitimately the level that we're operating on. So there's definitely a depth element that can come to that. Colin, anything you want to add to this?
This deliberately and intentionally should feel like a fire hose where your head is about to explode and you can't keep up, because that's the nature of the world that we're living in and the pace of this AI change. Rob and I hold you inside of We Are Unlimited. We live in this world, we live and breathe in this world night and day, to allow you the freedom to explore what is meaningful and what matters to you in your work and in your business. That's the whole point and purpose of this. And the idea then that going from this place of head about to explode to actually making a meaningful difference in the world, that's why we do the work that we do inside of Unlimited. And that's our invitation to you. We've already got a lot of our members are on this call today. So we've got Joshua, we've got Jordan, Juliana, Al, I can see on my view right now. And so the idea here is that we're all walking this path together of doing meaningful work that makes a difference. AI is helping us to do that. Mad, you mentioned the example there of spending 3 hours creating this document that could have been done in half an hour, probably 5 minutes when you know how to do that. That's the kind of efficiencies that we're all seeing and feeling and experiencing in real time by just literally sharing a space twice a week together to talk about what's going on in the world of AI and how we are implementing and applying this in our businesses. It's very special.
Cool. So let's open this up to questions. What questions do you have about Unlimited and what we're doing there? Or what questions do you have about Gamma and how this applies to your world? This is your opportunity. So what I recommend is use the react the thumbs up button, and we will call on whoever has a question individually. You can also use the chat there for it. Jordan, what's on your mind?
Yeah, not a question, but just a reaffirmation of how important the cadence has become for me and my business to be in this circle and to learn from you guys and not feel the pressure of having to keep up with it all myself. And I feel like that's been the biggest weight that's been lifted off of me. And yeah, I'm excited to see where we're all going with it. So just giving you guys a shout out.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.
We greatly appreciate it. And Jordan, obviously, since I know you and your business, this is such a good tool for you guys to have in yours, from a what's different, what's unique, what's easy to ship, what can be a yes and, because all of this ends up becoming a templatized process. You're just changing the input on the front end. What am I talking about? And then where do you want to ship it on the back end?
This is exactly the types of things that we talk about, because Rob says often systems scale. So what are those systems and processes where we can do 5 hours worth of work in 5 minutes? And then how do we do that at scale? So I talked about training my VA with these standard operating procedures. These are the types of questions that we ask, and we actively explore how we go about doing better work and building our businesses much faster, much quicker, much more efficiently with what we do inside of Unlimited.
So Jordan, where's your mind go?
Yeah, just for me today, I think we've talked about it before, but we've been rethinking our graphic process for our clients. And since that last conversation we had last week, we started implementing that and building new graphics. But I'm excited about Gamma being a carousel generator, because the graphics in ChatGPT are great, but I think having a carousel feature or something where we can easily do carousels is top of mind for me.
And I think, Jordan, you would want to dial in the image template prompt. So I find that's probably what slows me down the most, is it creates the version 1 and it's overly AI-ness. So the thing that's likely to be the slowest part of the process is you creating the image for each of those. So if you either pre-created it beforehand or you guys knew what you wanted to add to it, that's the one hole in the process that slows it down.
That's where experimenting with those image models that we talked about before and the prompting and the style, because you can give different styles as well. So one thing we would encourage you to do is to create a brand style. We haven't done this for Unlimited yet, but that's the thing I've been doing with clients. Create a brand style for your images. So what you'll find is straight out of the gate, when you get the Gamma magic of creating something instantly, it will be much more on brand without you having to then go in and re-edit the images. So it's cool, isn't it? How we would do this and not think twice of spending 5 hours. Now we're looking at how we can compress 5 minutes into 3. It's like crazy good how these efficiencies are being driven, but just by refining those your preferences in the theme would do that massively as well. I'm also going to drop a link for the Gamma resource for today's presentation in the Zoom chat for you now. That also has a link at the end of it for you to find out more about We Are Unlimited as well.
Oh, Demo, it looked like you had a question. Looks like you're in the background too. If not, Juliana, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I wanted to give a different perspective from my world, how the community has helped me and is still helping, because I'm very in the early stages. But when I've tried out ChatGPT or other tools to get an output, like a proposal, like something, I'm more in an analytical and scientific world. And I didn't trust it. I had to reread it and read everything. It takes quite a long time. And then coming to the discovery that it's all in the prompts. And yes, of course, sometimes there are mistakes. One has to read through it. But this is what I'm learning, how to create a prompt by using ChatGPT, and also how to break down the process that the results are manageable and trustable. So that's a huge thing, because before I was just frustrated and thought, no, that's, I can't, that's not working. And lots of people are saying that that's not working. And this is a big thing for me, at least, in my world, because yeah, I'm in a very different business here.
That's it. Thanks for sharing that, Juliana. That's exactly why we advocate thinking into the AI or thinking with the AI, having the AI be your thinking partner first. If you just go into the generate for me in Gamma and say, make me a presentation or a proposal on X, likelihood is it will fail. That kind of prompting just doesn't work. That's the equivalent of going into chat and saying, write me an email, without it knowing who you are, what you do, who you serve, and all of that nuanced data. So you're 100% approaching it in the right way.
Colin, I've got a nuance to share.
Cool. Let's have a look.
So you just dropped your Gamma guide, right?
Yeah.
This was the link, gamma.app doc, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Super valuable. Love everything that you created. My version is robcressy.ai/soul data, right? An inch of branding, your ability to have your own custom URL versus the Gamma one. I just want every time you get something from me to look like it's from me. Is this going to be a massive thing that shatters everything? No, but in the name of greatness, we're looking for inches. So this is more of a showing the difference between the two. And if you're building your brand, hey, let's get that URL in there nice and simply.
Love that. So in future, what I'll do is I'll publish them to you can publish to a website inside of Gamma. So they'll publish to the We Are Unlimited website. So just like we've got weareunlimited.ai/next big move, then I'll create a subfolder so that we publish weareunlimited.ai/Gamma. And so that presentation will resolve to that. It's literally just a case of changing how you publish and clicking a few buttons inside of Gamma to do that. Love that suggestion, Rob. Thank you.
Well, anybody else have questions or things coming top of mind for you guys right now regarding this? I'm trying to think if there is anything else that I didn't cover in terms of, here's a little nuanced tip here. I am not filtering myself for how many Gammas I don't create. I mean, my ceiling is as many as I can in a week. I'm not seeing this as a once a week thing. I'm legitimately seeing this as if I could create a Gamma a day, Each one is designed to deliver a transformation at depth that is a CTA to me. Boom. And it's an asset into the future. So this to me is why this is a different content format, so that we're not overly dramatizing or overly romanticizing this. No, it's just a new way to create faster that looks really good. Figure out what that looks like for you, because Colin, one of the things that we teach in We Are Unlimited is creating your own IP, your own intellectual property. Hey, here's these thoughts and ideas that I have. Because one of the things that I hear so often with people about ChatGPT, Rob, I've got so many insights and nuances and gold, I'm just not doing anything with them. Oh, if only we had a simple workflow that every time a little nugget came, you went, new ChatGPT thread, ding, 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 create that into as a gamma, flip it, and we can even train our virtual assistants on this. And within 6 months, AI agents will be able to do this for us, right? We're not just planning for right now. We know where this is going in the future. So any final thoughts or questions before we wrap up on all this? Other than that, we really appreciate each of you for showing up today. We highly recommend at least giving this a shot. Give yourself a month. Say, not only am I going to create one framework, let me create 4. That way you've ridden the bike enough to see the reps. It is so simple. It is so intuitive. If you don't know what to do, just go on to ChatGPT. And if you really don't know what to do, then just hit us up once you join Unlimited and we'll answer the question for you.